Welcome to Market Matters. I'm Wei Lynn Tang, joined today by Sulhi, Azman and Jonathan Gunn. Now Sulhi, today's the third day down for the FBM KLCI after the Federal Reserve has decided to maintain interest rates at near zero level last Friday. But the market, although 4 points down today, it's nothing like yesterday's 30 points drop.
It was losing streak yesterday, Wei Lynn, 30 points down today, 4 points, there was also an economic event yesterday where they invited a lot of prominent panels. Governor Zeti was there to talk about the dwindling ringgit. Edijala was there to talk about the economy, where he says there are still some fundamentals, but still it has not been able to lift off that our equity market.
And today, 1MDB actually came out with a statement to actually say that it has nothing to do with the falling ringgit.
Yeah, I to be very honest, I'm actually quite surprised by 1MDB's stance on Governor Zeti. But right. I guess they does not want to be singled out for having been blamed as devaluing the currency.
But let's get to Jonathan for more on how the markets and the Asian markets done today.
Yeah, thanks, Wei Lynn. It seems there's a war of the titans going on there. But the KLCI actually bucked the regional trend today and it retreated 4.1 points to trade at 1,635 points. We saw 424 shares up and 322 shares down. So regionally, we saw that Asian shares actually rose and the dollar held steady as the US market actually bounced back. The European Central Bank also said that it's actually prepared to ease monetary policy further. So green was seen across the Asia Pacific with the Hang Seng, the ASX and also the Shanghai Composite Index all reporting positive numbers. But the Japanese Nikkei was closed for a National Day celebration today.
Happy Celebration Day for Japanese guys.
Yep.
Oh, and Nadia's in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if she's
maybe
feeling
that's why
the
she's there.
national love.
Yeah.
To be with them.
Her love is Japanese.
Investors might want to keep in mind that Chinese PMI figures will continue to be in focus this Wednesday. It seems that the Reuters post has indicated that it's going to be a contraction. So for commodities, we saw a small retreat on Brent crude oil, which dropped about 2.78%, while local CPO futures rose 34 points to 2,185 ringgit per metric ton. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, John. I think we are also expecting some foreign reserves numbers from Bank Negara at about 6 p.m. today.
Yeah,
so
they are embargoing that.
On that. So now let's move on to our hot topic of the day. For Hotstocks, we have this company called Triplc Bhd. You spell it as Triplc Bhd. So today, its shares rose up 34.5% or 30 cents to 1 ringgit and 17 cents. It's the top gainer on Bursa Malaysia with some volume of 256,000 shares traded. And this is because yesterday it announced that its wholly owned subsidiary has actually received confirmation of acceptance and a deposit of 2% to dispose a parcel of this mixed development land for 140 million ringgit. So
now, according to our calculations, right, if you divide to the numbers, you should get about 9 ringgit and 50 cents per square foot. Now, the land is being sold to none other than the company controlled by state-owned firm, Worldwide Holdings Berhad. And because of this news, right, it has gained investors' confidence, and the share rose up all the way to 34.5 points, just short of Umar's query from Bursa Malaysia.
That's right, Suhi. Because for Triplc, if you had a look at the financials, it's actually not doing too well. Its fourth quarter net profit fell to 1.1 million ringgit, and this is actually from 5.9 million ringgit the previous year. For the whole financial year, net profit fell to 7 million ringgit from 23 million ringgit. And I look at the accounts, and this is because it has a lot of borrowings, some more than 300 million ringgit, and because of this, it has actually huge financing costs, which actually eats into its profits. That's why you don't see the profits actually shining
Absolutely,
through.
Wei Lynn, the borrowing is really high. About 308 million ringgit at last check, with 95% due within 1 year. Now, how are they going to fund and meet investors' confidence about
Maybe
that?
That's why they have to opt to, sell the land.
Sell the land to and gain more profits. And I believe that the land has also not been revalued for quite some time. So, maybe if you look at the check in the annual report.
We did have a check and there was no value stated, yeah?
There was no value stated.
And when they acquired it.
Analyst report, yes, you are right. At the same time, if you look at talking about earnings, right, this company, it has a G7 CIDB license, which means that they can carry out any construction projects. And the order book has not been quite visible. So although they have property projects, concession business and also property projects, but those are mostly related to one another. property projects are tied up with the development and concession in the UITM, and they have not been winning any.
You're right on the aspect. Based on the P&L, I saw the revenue is not much. It's actually the other operating income which actually boosts the profits because of its high financing costs. And part of its other operating income is actually from its concession receivables. So now, Triplc Bhd in May 2010 is actually signed a 23-year concession agreement with the government of Malaysia to construct and carry out maintenance works for UITM in Puncak Alam campus.
In Puncak Alam,
Yep.
and that's right. They finished the construction in October in 2014 or 11, and then they have 20-year period for the concession. And one thing Malaysian Rating Corporation Berhad in October 2014 said that Triplc can request 42.5 million ringgit per annum to recover throughout the concession tenure to claim from the government on this. This could be a good recurring income, but then again, I think if you are heavily dependent on concessions, you need to also be equally boost up your construction order book as well.
Yep. So Triplc has actually consistently received this money fixed amount of charges from the government from June last year onwards. But note that this disposal is actually a one-off gain for them. So to wrap up our hot stock today, Triplc Bhd, its land disposal of 140 million ringgit yesterday has seen its shares soaring 34.5% today. But financially, performance isn't that good. Its profits have been dwindling with high financing costs.